Hey, what's going on? So in today's video, I'm going to be redoing this deck, and actually, surprisingly, the framing is good. So the deck framing is going to stay and these railings are going to stay. We're just replacing the decking, and I'm going to build a new set of stairs, and it's going to be all trimmed out. We're using a composite decking, so I believe it is the brand TREX. Let me show you what that looks like. All right, this is the TREX decking. It does have this pattern on the bottom, so I have to be very careful about where I land things, making sure that there's enough meat here to catch. And I've got a big box of screws, color match screws. We're going to be face screwing this deck. They did not want hidden fasteners. So I'm probably going to do this in a couple different parts. So today I'm going to show you what's here, basically show you the framing, show you everything that's done correctly, and a couple things that I might tweak a little bit. And then the next video will be where we're actually putting it back together. They've already got most of the decking already ripped off, so I don't have to show you that. So starting with the framing, this beam is okay. This is the way that they used to do it, where they notch it in on both sides. And that's okay, but you lose a lot of strength when you span a distance. So the way that we do it nowadays is we notch it in all the way on one side and then bolt that all the way through. And then these two joists then can be nailed together all the way through, making them even stronger than they are right now. So I'm not going to change that though. This is plenty good. This deck's actually been here for 25 years. So the original deck went, well, let me show you. So the original deck came to this splice here, and then they added that section on 9 years after the original deck. So from here over is apparently 25 years old, and this is a little less than that. How you doing? So like I said, these railings are gonna stay. The posts are bolted in, all the way through bolted. So you can see there, which actually that's surprising that they're bolted all the way through, but that's good. That's actually code nowadays. So I'll probably just go around and tighten them up before I cover them, because what I am gonna be doing is basically, because we're doing this out of TREX, this is staying for now, but then down the road, this is gonna probably get redone, the railings. So I'm going to build this out and run a trim board that's gonna run right over this, and the decking will come all the way out, because the way that those ends of those boards are all groovy, I like to run a picture frame around the perimeter of the deck, and then you don't see all that stuff. And then I'll show you from up above what that's gonna look like. But basically I gotta frame all out in between all these, basically extend these joists by a few inches and put a board, and then run my trim board over top of that. Now these steps here, they don't meet code. They look like they're on a 45-degree angle, maybe a little bit less. So the steps themselves are a little narrow. They're only 9 1/4. We're gonna do 2 deck boards, which is gonna get us to 11 inches. And then for the height, right now it's sitting almost at 8 inches, which is a little high. So we're gonna try to get that down closer to 7. So the way that this is built, the step is mounted to the deck, so it's actually flush with the decking, but really that should be down. So when we rebuild it, I'm gonna have to frame something in down here to support it, and we're gonna drop this down so that there's a step down onto the first step. All right, so underneath here it looks really good. You can see that it's bolted in. There's flashing. That's always a good sign. You don't always see that on older decks. And there's joist hangers. Hull is really, really good. This is a very strange section here. It looks like the floor joists of the house extend out, and then they attached a ledger on. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on with that, but once I get the deck boards ripped off the rest of the way, we'll figure that out. And I might have to just extend a little more flashing over, I'm not sure. All right, so here's what it looks like from up above. I was actually shocked that the joists are solid. So when they told me they wanted to redo this, resurface it, I was very skeptical, but looks like it's actually 100% doable. And if you've never seen one of these tools, they're pretty amazing. You get it underneath the deck, and then you just pull and you'll just rip that deck board right up. This one in particular, the brand is Crescent. And over here, the joist stops before the house. And because I'm gonna run a picture frame around, which is going to basically go right there, and then the main deck boards are gonna land ending right at the posts. So this picture frame is gonna carry through here. So we're gonna have to tack on a couple pieces of 2x4, frame this out so that it will hold that piece. But there's no weight on this or anything, it's just gotta hold that from being able to fall in. So you can see they have some metal straps here for supports, but they don't go the whole way down. So I'm actually gonna take those out and put in full blocking, full 2x8 blocking all the way down, and that will really help stiffen up this deck a lot. All right, I think that's all I've got to show you here. Let's head back to the office, and I'm gonna draw up how I'm gonna frame out the outside so you can see what that looks like. All right, I'm in the office. I'm gonna show you these drawings, exactly how I'm gonna do this, and try to explain it a little better. It'll make more sense in the videos when you actually get to see it happening, but let me just show you the drawings right now. But before I do that, if you could just take a second to go down below and hit that thumbs up button. If you've made it this far, you must like something about this video, so give this video a thumbs up down below. And if you're not already a subscriber, consider subscribing and ring that notification bell right next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I release new videos. All right, here we go with the drawings. All right, so let me try to explain this here. Basically, here is the existing rim joist of the deck and the 4x4 post. So in order to get a deck board, what I'm doing is I'm picture framing the entire outside of the deck. So in order to get the new deck board to land exactly so that edge lands exactly on the new trim board, I had to basically lay this out with a deck board, put a trim board on, and work my way backwards. So this, I forget what this was. I think it's a 1/4 inch here, and then a 3/4 inch board, and then a 2x8 new rim joist, and then a 3-inch block. So this is a 2x8, and then basically a 2x8 ripped to 3 inches. I'm actually gonna run it the opposite direction, because if you run the grain this way, it's just gonna split. So I'm gonna use a 2x4, rip it to 3 inches, and then cut it to the 7.5. And then a 2x8 and the trim board. So that's what this is gonna look like, blocked all out. And I'll show you that when we do it, and that'll be in the next video. So check out the next video to see exactly what this looks like. Okay, so this is an overhead shot of the same thing. So here's a 4x4 post, and here's a 4x4 post. And this is the existing rim joist. So what I was talking about was putting a 3-inch block. So this is a 2x4 ripped to 3 inches and cut to 7.5, so it matches this. And it's weird, the old ones are 7.5, the new ones are 7.25, so, you know, pressure treated framing's all over the place anyway. So it's gonna be a 3-inch block, and then the new rim joist, and you see here's a space, these darker spots are the spaces. So there's gonna be a 3-inch block on either side of the post, and then the new rim joist and the vinyl trim. So the new deck board is going to span from here to here. The picture frame is gonna overhang that a 1/4 inch. And then the inside deck board will be here, along the front of the deck, and on the sides of the deck, they run perpendicular to that. So they will run and die into that. The reason I do a picture frame is if you just run these things and cut them, the ends of those boards look like this. They have all this little groove on the bottom of them. So you don't want to see that when you're looking at the edge of the deck. So that's why I run a picture frame all the way around, and then you butt them up to the picture frame. All right, I also got all my stair drawings here, but I'll get into this in the stair stringer video, how I do the stairs. But you can see again here, this one is to scale. This drawing right here is to scale. So there's this 1/4 inch little round over here, and that's what I was talking about, is gonna have to land right on the outside trim board that's 3/4 of an inch thick. So anyway, we'll get to this in a later video. All right, so hopefully that made some sense. It definitely makes sense to me. It's hard for me to try to explain it without actually showing you. But in the next video, I'll show you exactly how that's all assembled, and it hopefully will make a lot more sense. So this was the precursor, and then you'll see the framing will be in the next video, and then I'm going to do a video on the stairs themselves, and then probably a wrap-up video to show you everything all at the end, completed and done. So stay tuned for those, and if you're interested in seeing those and you're not already a subscriber, make sure you subscribe to the channel down below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And of course, if you're a subscriber or not, make sure you click that notification bell next to the subscribe button. That way you can be notified when I release a new video. So if you would like to support this channel in other ways, check out all my links down in the description. You can also join my Patreon fan club, where I don't know, you can just like help support this channel, basically is what it is. And the more patrons I get on Patreon, the more fun extra stuff I'll be doing on there. So check that out. There's a link for that down in the description. All right, I'll see you on the next video.